So in this video I'll talk about what I want to see in Season 2 and the things I want to see in the future as well. And I will start with custom games. So why are custom games so important? So first of all, it allows the pro players or the competitive players to get custom lobbies so we can run scrims easy. This basically allows the pro players or the good players to practice easily without having to Q-snipe and ruin the experience of the other players in ranked. And when it comes to scrims, this makes it so you can run tournaments quite easily with custom lobbies. And when it comes to tournaments, it basically means the competitive players have something to play for and strive for. And most of the time, custom lobbies is basically what starts the entire esports scene of any game. We can take Apex for example. At the start, Apex didn't have custom lobbies at all. I think it took them like 1 year maybe to get customs, or 2, I can't remember. And before then, people used to Q-snipe as well. And once customs rolled around, the entire esports scene just developed. So what I'm hoping for is that custom games kind of starts the entire esports scene of this game as well. Enough with the esports scene, I will now start talking about the more casual player base and how custom games will benefit them. So when it comes to casual players, they can host their own lobbies and play with friends and have fun in the maps and just mess around. You can also use it to look for Easter eggs on the map. I am pretty sure that Embark likes to hide a lot of Easter eggs on the maps, so this will highly benefit the Easter egg hunters. You can also use custom games to basically form strategies before you even go into a game. So let's say you're struggling on one cash out on Vegas, for example, and you go into a custom lobby and you just strategize and talk with your team and kind of like talk over what you can do on this specific objective and strategize around it. Custom lobbies will basically benefit any type of player, whether you're a casual player or a competitive player. So I hope they bring it to Season 2. Now I want to talk about something that needs to happen, and in my opinion, if they don't fix this, it's kind of just gonna ruin the game and the experience for a lot of players. And what I'm talking about now is the rank system, and it needs to be fixed. It has a lot of issues now where I'm, for example, a Diamond 1 player and I'm facing against bronze players and I'm playing with bronze players or silver players. That is something that should just not happen in any type of rank system, whether it's like Overwatch or R6 or Apex. It should just not happen. So what I want to see them do in Season 2 is basically make ranked elo based instead of the SPMM type ranked we have right now. Making it elo based ensures that casual players don't play against really good players in bronze, and the high rated players would get harder lobbies instead of the bronze lobbies we're used to right now. The only downside is longer queue times for the top rated players, but 99% of the high ranked players would rather wait 10 minutes for high quality game rather than queuing for 1 minute and getting into games with a bunch of bronze players. This also goes for solo queuing. When I solo queue as a Diamond 1, I get bronze teammates and I play against bronzes from time to time as well. I have a lot of people come into my chat and ask why am I in your lobby as an example, and the player in question is a silver player for example, and that should just not happen. Another point I want to talk about is that the higher you climb, the more you lose if you disqualify for placing in the lower brackets in the tournament. This does not mean that the bronze players should lose a lot of points, it scales with how high you climb. So an example of this is bronze players lose X amount of points, and diamond players lose even more points compared to the bronze players when they lose early. So this, with the combination of an elo based rank system, is gonna make it so the higher you climb, the harder it's gonna become. And this basically means that the top ranked players are gonna play against each other, and it's gonna be really hard to play against each other, and the games are gonna be way more competitive compared to like bronze lobbies for example. This also means that the bronze players don't need to queue into sweaty try-hard Diamond 1 players 24/7 as they do it right now. So one thing I also want to see in the rank system is a top 500 system where if you hit Diamond 1, you qualify for the top 500 ladder, and the top 500 after Diamond 1 are basically competing for the top 500 spot. And for example, the rank could be like a Ruby rank, and it displays your actual placement on the leaderboard on the icon. And I think that would be really cool and something for players to grind for. Right now there's not really any incentive to go for anything higher than Diamond 1, other than like top 10, because you get like a statue in game. I would also love for them to add like a reward for the top 500 players, like a charm or a weapon skin or cosmetics or like anything like that to reward the grind for those who actually play the game 24/7. Also, another thing I want to see with the top 500 system is the higher you climb, the less fame points you are rewarded. So it basically makes it less of a grind fest for the top 500 spots. Let's say you have 100,000 points and you win like one game, you get 10 points instead of the usual 300 or like 600 you get. This basically makes it so the higher you climb, it's gonna be less grindy. So the top 500 spots are gonna be more accessible to other players. Now I want to talk about the balance changes I feel like would benefit the game. And I will talk about every single class, and I will start with the light class. And I'm gonna start with glitch grenades. I feel like they should reduce the glitch grenade fuse time from 1.8 seconds to 1.1, or make the glitches cookable, or make them impact. This will make it so you can land them more consistently. And this also makes it so lower skilled players also have a chance to feel the impact glitches has. This change is single-handedly also gonna make it so light's playstyle kinda changes, cause right now you need to play medium to long range for the glitches to detonate perfectly on the enemy's face. Basically changing it so it detonates earlier allows light to play more close range rather than super far away and scared. Another change I would love to see for light is giving light faster health regen. This is gonna majorly help with the hit and run playstyle light has, cause most of the time you are split away from your team looking for off angles, and you are usually nowhere close to a medium that can top you up with heals. So I'll talk about medium. Right now medium is in a super good spot. It's the most balanced class in my opinion. Recon isn't as OP as it once was, and medium doesn't feel as oppressive as it was because of recon. So I feel like medium is just in a super good spot right now. Nothing to say really. Now I want to talk about heavy. The auto shotgun needs to be balanced. It deals way too much DPS at the moment close range, and heavy has access to the mesh shield as well. And it allows them to gap close and use the shotgun without actually taking damage. So a fix for that can be like reducing fire rate, or making it so whenever you shoot the auto shotgun you can only shoot 3 shots before doing the reload animation. I feel like that could change the gun as well. Another thing I want to talk about as well is how oppressive double heavy feels. It kind of dominates every single team comp, and it has high sustain in the forms of HP and shields. And most people can say like just use glitch grenades. The issue with that take is yes, you can glitch them, but you still need to push a double heavy team with shotgun that one shots you. And if you're playing as a really good heavy team that knows what they're doing, they will most likely kill you. A hot take, I don't know if anyone will agree, but make it so whenever you queue ranked, you're locked into playing light, medium, heavy. This makes it super easy to balance the game, or like ranked in general, because you don't have to deal with the nerfing or buffing double heavy. And it makes ranked games feel less frustrating. Also, when solo queuing, it makes it so you don't get triple lights on your team. Or make it so you can have one specialization only for each class. So let's say you're playing double heavy, and you can only have one mesh shield on one heavy, and you have charge on the other one. The same goes with like medium, you can only have one healing beam and one recon. Just a couple of things I thought of when it comes to balancing the game. Now I want to talk about new weapons and gadgets that I kind of want to see in the future. So for light, I kind of want to see like a healing grenade that you can toss and heal your team. And when it comes to weapons, I kind of want to see a weapon like Honey Badger from Call of Duty. It's like an AR SMG combined type weapon. Might be cool to see as well. So for medium, I kind of want to see a jump boost grenade, kind of like a mini jump pad type thing, where it has half the height as a regular jump pad. So for maps where you don't really need a really high jump pad, you can just use a jump boost grenade instead. And when it comes to weapons, I want to see a DMR type weapon like a M39 EMR, or a burst type weapon like the M60 A4. And for heavy, I can't really think of new gadgets and weapons at the moment. Heavy just has a lot of good things. Maybe like an RPG that only does destruction, nothing else, and it deals massive amounts of damage to structures. That would be cool to see. Now I want to talk about something that everyone kind of wants as well, which is new maps and locations. And the first map I want to see is like Tokyo Shibuya. It would look insane to fight in that city, and the feeling and everything. It would look so cool. Another place I feel like everyone has thought of is fighting in Paris next to the Eiffel Tower. And imagine you blow down the Eiffel Tower with like C4 or like RPG it down, and you have like entire destruction of the Eiffel Tower, and then there's like a chance for a cash out to spawn on top of the Eiffel Tower. Like that would be so cool. The last place I want to mention is Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, in like the favela. Like imagine you're fighting amongst like a bunch of buildings and you have destruction on that. I can just imagine all the possibilities. Like imagine like you're fighting in a favela and you have like a bunch of buildings that easily blow down, and you have C4, and yeah, like it will be so fun fighting in a favela. Now I want to talk about something that no one really talks about, and that is the issue with crosshair customization. I would love to see where my bullets are going instead of like guessing where my bullets are going in terms of like hit markers. Like please allow us to equip different reticles for different guns. Like, imagine you have a red dot on the XP54 or like a red dot for the Lewis gun. It would be insane, and you would be able to see where your bullets are actually going because you have a static crosshair that doesn't move, and yeah. And that is pretty much everything I want to see for Season 2 or in the future. There might be more, but I can't really remember anything right now. And if you like this video and this sort of content that I'm producing, please leave a like and subscribe for the algorithm. I would really appreciate that. And subscribing also makes it so you don't miss out on future uploads, because once Season 2 drops, I'm gonna be making a bunch of content, so get ready. That's about it. See you guys later. Bye bye.